we're diving into Europe's big answer to a whole new generation of aerial threats, the really formidable SAMP TNG air defense system.
Right, let's just get straight into it. For decades, air defense was basically about shooting down planes and missiles that flew in pretty predictable paths. But the threat environment now, it's evolving at a terrifying pace. Seriously, what worked yesterday is already struggling to keep up with the dangers of today. So what exactly are these new dangers that are lurking up there? We're talking about a completely new class of weapons, things designed from the ground up to be faster, stealthier, and a whole lot smarter than anything that has come before them. And look, this isn't science fiction anymore. We are talking about real, fielded threats, hypersonic weapons that travel at more than 5 times the speed of sound, missiles that can dodge and weave in flight, stealth aircraft that are practically invisible to older radar, and maybe worst of all, saturation attacks. Just imagine dozens of missiles coming at you all at once, trying to overwhelm your defenses. This is the new reality. So to meet these kinds of challenges, Europe knew it couldn't just keep updating old systems. It needed its own cutting-edge solution. And that solution came in the form of a joint Franco-Italian project that represents a major leap forward in defensive tech. And here it is, the SAMP TNG, which, you guessed it, stands for Next Generation. Its entire reason for being is to be a mobile, powerful shield that can intercept the exact threats we just talked about. It gives Europe a world-class, homegrown alternative to well-known American systems like the Patriot. So what exactly puts the next generation in SAMP TNG? Well, this isn't just some minor software update or a fresh coat of paint. We are talking about a complete overhaul of its most critical components, making it one of the most advanced systems on the planet. Okay, so it all boils down to 2 key things you see right here: the system's eyes and its spear. It gets a brand new, way more powerful radar, and it gets a smarter, much more capable interceptor missile. Let's break those 2 down. First up, the eyes. The new Thales Groundfire 300 radar is an absolute game changer. You see, older radars have to physically turn to look for a target. This thing, it gives a full 360-degree bubble of coverage at all times. It can see farther, it can track hundreds of targets at once, and it's much harder for an enemy to jam. It basically sees everything, everywhere, all at once. And now for the spear. The new Aster 30B1 NT missile has a totally new seeker right in its nose. This little piece of tech, this K-band seeker, is specifically engineered to pick up targets with a tiny radar signature. To put it simply, it's built to hunt down and destroy the latest stealth aircraft that are literally designed to be invisible. But here's where it gets really cool. The Aster missile uses this unique guidance system called PIF. So for most of its flight, it uses normal fins, right? But in those final, critical moments before impact, tiny thrusters, like little jetpacks, fire along its body. This lets it make unbelievably sharp, high-G turns to nail even the most agile, jinking targets. Okay, so the big question, how does this new European powerhouse stack up against the most famous air defense system in the world, the American Patriot? Now, this isn't really about which one is better, it's more about their different design philosophies and what they were built to do. This chart really lays out the key differences. The Patriot PAC-3 is an absolute master of ballistic missile defense. It uses hit-to-kill, meaning it literally smashes into the incoming warhead. The SAMP TNG is more of an all-rounder, built to handle a whole mix of threats. But look at mobility. SAMP ST is built to move fast. And this last one is huge. Its Aster missiles can also be used on warships, a massive logistical advantage that the land-only Patriot doesn't have. And here is a number that really matters. When it's going after aircraft, the new Aster 30B1 NT has an engagement range of up to 150 kilometers. That gives it a massive protective bubble, much larger than many other systems in its class. And that mobility factor is so important, it's worth hitting again. The entire SAMP/TNG system is on trucks. You can pack it up and move it to a totally new spot in just a few hours. This is perfect for European defense strategy where you might need to quickly shift forces to protect different areas. It's that classic shoot and scoot capability, which makes it much harder for an enemy to find and destroy. So let's zoom out a bit. Beyond all the technical specs and the head-to-head comparisons, what does a system like this really mean on a strategic level for Europe and for the wider NATO alliance? Well, the SAMP TNG is a huge deal for what people call the European pillar of NATO. It shows that Europe isn't just buying defense tech, it's producing its own cutting-edge systems.
This means less over-reliance on any one country for protection, and it gives NATO commanders more options, a more diverse, flexible toolkit to work with.
But of course, no single system is a magic silver bullet. We have to be clear about what SAMP TNG is not. It can't shoot down ballistic missiles way up in space like the American THAAD system can. And just like any single battery, it could be overwhelmed by a massive all-out attack. It's one critical layer in a much larger integrated air defense network.
And in the end, I think this quote really just nails it. The SAMP TNG, with its new radar and its new missile, is way more than just a piece of military hardware. It is a powerful statement about technological skill and strategic independence coming from Europe.
So this leaves us with one final thought. The fact that we have both the incredible Patriot and the incredible SAMP/NG shows us something important. The future of air defense probably isn't about one system being the best. Instead, it's about having a whole range of complementary tools, each with its own unique strengths, all working together to create a shield that's dense, resilient, and layered. Because in the skies of tomorrow, you can never ever have too many options.